Live. This is our midweek opportunity to connect with you, our LH Church family. If you were able to tune in for our service this past Sunday, it was all about unity. And so we want to hear from you, your questions about unity, your comments, what it looks like to walk it out. We want to connect with you. But tonight I have a very special guest, or rather, 4 guests. It is the LH Recap team. And here they all are, looking incredible. If you haven't seen LH Recap, they put out a video every single week that recaps the LH Church Sunday service. Some of the videos are extremely funny. Some of them make me extremely uncomfortable. But man, it's good to have you guys here. First, we got Dave Corbin, our small groups pastor, TC, our Catonsville campus pastor, Sierra Hoddle, our summer intern, and then Cam Smart. Absolutely no relation. Doesn't look like me at all.
Confirmed.
Our connections coordinator. Thank you guys for coming. Good to have you.
Hey, we are thrilled to be here right now. And in fact, John, we didn't want to come empty-handed. We actually brought a present. Cam, could you grab the present? We don't have a large budget on LH Recap, so we weren't able to wrap it.
Here we go. What's this
so I just found an old pizza box in the trash over there, and we wrapped it in that.
Here we
but
go.
we figured you would like a signed picture, and so we did that for you.
Yes, Mustache John is back. He's been banished from the Smart household, but he lives eternally in this framed picture. Thank you guys so much. This is too much, really.
It's all we could do.
Hey, that said, is this mic still working? Okay. That said, if you ever watch LH Live, you know we can't just ask questions. That's boring. We got to have a little twist. So for us tonight, we're going to play a little game called Who Wants to Be an LH-ionaire? All right? So have you ever seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That's pretty much the theme of this, except I'm going to ask Lighthouse-themed questions. Sorry, Mustache John. I'm going to get you out of here. But if you'll follow along as you're watching, here's the deal. They're playing for a real prize, and the real prize is a Chick-fil-A gift card. Like in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the more questions you get right, the higher price gift cards you get. So it goes $5, $10, $25, $50. Can you believe it? Of the Lord's chicken. That's what you can win this evening. But if you'll follow along and answer the questions, not only will they have an opportunity to poll the audience if they're not sure how to answer it, but you'll also be entering to win prizes yourself. So we want to hear from you. Comments, questions about unity, and be following along as we answer the questions. Are you guys ready to pray? Pray. Play? Just to be clear, you have 3 lifelines.
John.
You have 50-50. You have phone a friend. You let me know who you want to call, and I'll call them for you. And then you have poll the audience, which is our live audience watching right now.
So, John, we're playing together as a team because I came ready to destroy Dave.
We're going to go one at a time, but if you get really jammed, I might let you confer as a team. I'm a generous game show overlord, and so I'll be kind. You guys ready?
So ready. Born ready.
Yes.
I don't feel a lot of confidence coming from the team over here.
Very ready.
But it's time to play Who Wants to Be a Lighthouse-ionaire? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. We can't actually have the sound effects because we'd get kicked off Facebook, so I have to do it myself. Dave Corbin, you're going to go first. As you know, the questions typically start easy and then get harder, but this is quite a doozy in and of itself. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It takes a lot of nerve to come on my show wearing the same sweatshirt as me. I just feel like I should point that out.
Yeah, well, I don't have any response to that.
Okay, you're still warming up. You're still warming up. Maybe this question will help. Are you ready? Who is the lead pastor of Lighthouse Church? Is it A, Sammy Foster, B, Paul Foster, C, Paul Jr., or D, Little Paul? No laughing. Who is the lead pastor of Lighthouse Church?
I think there should be an E, Jesus, first of all. I think that's
okay.
All
right,
wow.
Jesus Jew.
That's right. No,
He's the senior pastor.
I'm going to go with...
Trust your gut.
I'm going to go with B, Paul Foster.
B,
or
Paul
C, sorry, C. I was
C,
looking over
Paul
there.
Foster. Is that correct? They're all correct. That those are all names that Sammy has been called and has put on various books that he has printed. And so I told you number one was easy. You literally could not have gone wrong.
Could not have gone wrong
with number one.
Yeah.
All right, TC,
Jesus is still the right
You
answer.
were very worried to get that wrong right now.
I know.
weren't you?
That
were
does not
confused.
bode well for the rest of these questions.
You got all up in my
Let me
head
just
on
tell
that
you.
one.
It was a tricky one. TC, you ready?
My hands are full. Here, there we go.
There you go.
I'm ready.
Built-in cup
I'll
holder.
grab that if I need it, yeah.
What is the mission of Lighthouse Church? Is it A, to reach the lost and make disciples? Is it B, to go boldly where no one has gone before? Is it C, to can't find Cam Smart a wife?
Oh, no.
Is it D, simple church, simply Jesus? What is the mission of Lighthouse Church? And again, follow along in the audience for an opportunity to win prizes. We'll give those out at the end.
Yeah, I should give him a moment. What if I just blew all 3 of our lifelines right now and just ruined
Just make
it
out lifelines that there aren't even. Like,
Yeah,
you'll be like,
yeah.
I'd like to do a Google search. Like, that's not one you get to do.
Oh man, I'm so worried because I'm thinking how many chicken nuggets $50 can buy, John,
Millions.
and how much weight I could gain if I just ate all of them.
Millions.
But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna answer this one on my own.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say it is A, to reach the lost.
Is that correct? Correct.
I didn't finish my answer, so thank you.
To reach the
Appreciate it.
lost and make
Are you
disciples.
sure?
Guys, I don't want to freak anyone out, but you have won a $5 Chick-fil-A gift card. If you keep
Each,
this
or do
up,
we have to split it?
you're going to have to split it. It's a low budget for this show.
family.
That's why you really want that $50 one.
Yeah. Okay.
But hey, now that you've made it to your first lifeline, how about I ask some questions? Some serious questions about unity. Number one, TC, so you spoke this past weekend, did a fantastic
I was one
job.
of 3, yeah.
You made lots of noises in the microphone when you weren't on camera, which was distracting, but yeah, exactly. What is the difference? It was all about unity, the benefits of unity. We know Jesus prayed for unity for his church. What is the difference between unity and conformity? Because sometimes people hear unity and think, so we all have to think the same, act the same, talk the same. What's the difference?
Yeah, no, I love that question.
Thank you. I loved asking it.
Well, I loved hearing you ask it, John, and we spent the whole time talking about
Is
that
this
instead of
gonna
the
be-
question.
This is going to be a
It's going to
thing.
be the whole thing.
The difference is Jesus has clearly showed us in the New Testament when John looks into heaven that every culture, language, tribe, tongue are going to be present in heaven. The goal of following Jesus is not that we just become conformed into just one kind of cookie cutter image into what a Christian should be.
Sure.
The goal is that we connect with Jesus from where we're at and who he has made us to be. And Paul writes so powerfully about the fact that we are to connect in the identity of Jesus no matter who we are, no matter where we come from. So he never essentially has this idea of you have to only act this way or that way. Yeah. He says, hey, you need to connect with Jesus. And one of the big things about the early church was this divide between the Jews and the Greeks. And initially it was the idea of, no, everyone has to act like us, look like us, behave like us to fit in.
Yeah.
And the gospel came along and said, that's not the case.
Yeah.
There's a central core issue of believing Jesus is who he says he is.
Amen.
And all other culture identities are welcome. And Paul even says, I'm going to become a Jew to the Jew. I'm going to become a Greek to the Greek.
Amen.
I'm going to draw people from every culture rather than trying to impose mine. So I don't want to make other TCs. That sounds like a horrible idea for
We can only
many
handle one.
many
Please.
reasons.
Please.
But I need brothers and sisters from every language, tribe, tongue to help me see what God is doing in each of our lives.
And I love the point that you made on Sunday where you said even in Jesus' group of 12 disciples, there was so much variety that you had Matthew the tax collector who was pro-Roman, collected tax for the Roman. Then you had Simon the Zealot who was so anti-Roman. I mean, he would lose his mind if he heard about somebody supporting Rome. That was the tension, and we know that wasn't the only tension in there. They were constantly arguing that even in Jesus' clique, he wanted to make sure there was diversity of expression and all that because he doesn't want cookie cutters. Ultimately, I think because it takes different kinds of people to reach different kinds of people and really to reflect God's heart. So basically, I agree with what you're saying.
I'm just seeing if everybody else was going to jump in. Or
Yeah. You guys want some more
I
questions?
think you covered it.
Okay, I got some more questions for you. Remember, you have I think the way Who Wants to Be a Millionaire works is if you get it wrong, you lose what you have, right? I feel like I should know the rules of these games before I leave these game shows, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Anyway, Sierra.
No pressure, but don't screw up.
By the
I'm
way,
just an
I found
intern,
out this
so-
week that Sierra eats Chick-fil-A nuggets like a Philistine and just pours the sauce all over it. And so I'm almost hopeful that you guys don't win this gift card so that madness just does not continue.
I would like to say that it's only a specific sauce combination, and that's why I do that.
That doesn't make it any better.
Any other sauces, I wouldn't dare, but just these.
All right. Sierra, when was Lighthouse Church planted? A, 1776. That's a familiar date. B, 1998. C, 2000. D, 2020. Welcome everybody to the launch of Lighthouse Church. When was Lighthouse Church planted?
She only went to the after party of Growth Track.
Yeah.
Did we cover that in the after party of Growth Track?
I don't think so.
This is a tough one. If I'm not 100% confident, should I phone a friend? Team.
Oh man, this is early to use the lifeline.
Oh.
Okay.
I will tell you
on
this.
the line. TC's looking pretty concerned.
It's an even number.
Nuggets,
Okay.
Sierra.
What? But they're all even.
Well,
Thank you. I think C.
C,
2000.
2000.
Am I wrong?
Is this? Oh, that's the
Ooh,
right answer. It's not the
Sierra.
end
Thank you,
of
Holy
Way to
Spirit.
go.
the journey. That was a real nail biter. Cam?
Good job. Way to go, Sierra.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a question from the audience. Austin McCarron wants to know, what is the sauce combination? You can't just drop a sauce teaser like that and then not explain what you're talking about.
It's a great question. It's Polynesian and sweet and spicy sriracha. And the reason I cover the chicken nuggets in it is because it's like Chinese food
There you go.
in Chick-fil-A form.
There you go. See, there's a method to the madness. Still, it should be illegal. Nevertheless.
Is that going to be a question later on LH-ionaire?
Yeah, what is the sauce combination? Question number 4.
So I have the toughest one so far.
Wah, 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 wah. That's the noise, right? That's what it sounds with the lights. Okay, Cam.
Oh, come on.
Cam Smart. Brother.
My brother.
In the Lord and of mine. What was the original Lighthouse Church stage background? So, before we had screens in the back, there was a big painted background. Was it a giant bird? B, a headless lighthouse? C, Sammy's face? Or D, John 3:16?
It's a very.
What was
So
the original
I
background?
appreciate that you pointed out this was before screen technology.
Yeah.
And I did like the big bird, but I believe it was B, a headless lighthouse.
Was it a headless lighthouse? That's correct. That's right. That sounds really strange, and it is strange.
I had no idea.
Could you clarify
Thank you,
what a
Cam.
headless
So the
lighthouse
background
is?
of Lighthouse, what it used to be, is it used to be behind all the worship, like right there. It was a lighthouse, and Jesus' arms were coming out from the lighthouse. So it was a lighthouse with arms, but no head. And so it was kind of strange. It was good for the time. And it was huge. I mean, it was the size of that screen back there. So now you know. Now all you know as well.
Did you know?
headless-
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Headless
Only
lighthouse.
Cam could have
yeah,
done
it's
that.
good that
Now
that one
it's
landed on
hanging in my
Cam
office,
because
actually.
Cam painted the headless lighthouse. Okay, questions about unity. So we talked about the difference between unity and conformity. Dave, why is it so important, if we talk about unity, why is it so important that we have unity not only with each other, but unity with God? In fact, why is it dangerous to have unity together, but no unity with God? There's 2 points that we need to be unified.
Yeah, I think the danger in only being unified together is that I haven't even made a point yet, John.
It's good though. It's real good.
The danger is that what you're unified around obviously really, really matters. And so if you're just unified around each other or an identity that you
Sure.
share or something like that, it so quickly can move into some very dangerous waters where you're no longer on the right mission. You're no longer who you were made to be, right?
Yeah.
Like you're no longer pursuing that avenue. And so God has to be at the center of that, or you end up with, like the biblical example I think of is the Tower of Babel,
Sure.
where, they're unified around this idea of we want to make a great name for ourselves. We have this identity that we share. We should, have this position. And without God in the mix of that, it became a really dangerous situation. So I think you have to
Yeah.
have God there to inform who you are, what you should want and do, and what your mission, your purpose in life should be.
Amen.
Without that information, you end up in some weird places.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll jump in to the fray. You know, to Dave's point about what you're, united around, I think is extremely important, because you can even look at the kingdom of darkness. There's unity in their ranks, and there's unity among them, and Jesus speaks to that in Mark when he says, Satan doesn't cast out Satan. They're
good.
united, but I don't think we'd look to them as the example.
Yeah, that's
So-
good. Yeah, that's good. That unity in and of itself isn't the win. There has to be a direction. There has to be a rudder. And so you have to be connected to God in that unity. Otherwise, you might be super effective and super unified, but you're going to the wrong place. And so, good answers all around.
Yeah, and I'll just add one more thing. I think unity for the sake of unity, like just having unity just to be like, hey, we're unified, often involves a whole lot of compromise that waters everything down,
good.
makes it ineffective. It's just not, you need to have a central purpose that you're truly unifying around, that is unshakable, unmovable, unchanging, doesn't shift or move around. Because if you're just like, hey, we just want to be unified, you usually have to let go of some pretty important things to compromise and get everybody happy and on the same
That's good.
page.
Dude, that's good. You got a real knack for this. How about afterwards we talk about you coming on the show more often? Maybe we can. All right. Well, hey,
I'll double your salary, Dave.
I neglected to mention, you guys have won a $10 Chick-fil-A gift card.
Yeah.
But as is often the case, it's time to press on.
We just added a drink to our nuggets, everybody. Oh, yeah.
Sweet tea.
4 strolls.
Number 5, it's back to you, Dave. Are you ready?
I suppose.
Which LH staff member has repeatedly stated it is their dream to open up a Snowball
I
Stand?
better get this one right.
Is it A, Sammy Foster,
Paul Jr.
B, recovery pastor Kevin Spence, C, Austin Campbell? Is it you, Austin? He's back there.
That's a
Or
drum
D.
set, John. I don't know who you're talking to.
Adrian McDivitt. Let us know in the comments who you think is a snowball enthusiast.
Without saying any answer, I thought this person said hot dog stand.
Well,
I'm confused.
there is a person on this list that did say hot dog
Yep.
stand, but there's another person who has, I seriously better get this right. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I'd be in trouble if I didn't. The answer is going to be D, Adrian.
Is it
McDivitt.
D, Adrian McDivitt? Wow. That's a good one.
I've never heard
That's the
Adrian
good
say
one.
this.
See, that was a little bit of a trick question because Sammy has said he likes the hot dog stand,
Yeah.
but you knew, and you and Adrian worked together on
Yep.
small groups. So I'm going to tell you, it's really fortuitous the way these.
The way they're playing out.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yep. TC, are you ready for question number
Providential.
6?
Watch me blow the
Serendipitous.
whole thing right now. Yeah.
Ready? TC. Thomas M. Christensen.
Not even close.
What's your middle name?
Actually, very close.
What?
You're only off by 1.
N? O?
You
P?
just go to the whole alphabet?
How's the alphabet work?
7?
T-
14.
TUV? What's your middle name?
Whoa.
What's your date of birth? What's
Do
your social
I
security?
win a Chick-fil-A card for telling you this?
Yeah, you should
Maybe.
have to answer it.
Yeah, what's TC's middle name? I almost did someone on staff's middle name, but I decided not to. TC, if that is your real middle name, which elder at Lighthouse Church originally ran the soundboard? Not to add any pressure, but this is for a $15 Chick-fil-A card, people. Is it A, John Smart? Never met him, but I have heard great things. B, David Shabilsky. C, Gordon Smart. Or D, Ray Traver.
Wow. So I don't know for sure, but I know John Smart used to run the projector. I know that. If it was a projector,
Yeah.
I would know because I've heard that
Transparency
story.
machine.
Now, I don't know this, but in my time here, I have picked up that Gordon Smart does run audio stuff all over the place. Like he's a big deal in that. So to me,
It's actually a rap career.
G Smart, yeah, I've heard of him.
Young Gordy is what he's going by
G-Money,
now.
right? G-Money.
G-Money, yeah.
Lil Gord, yeah, I like.
Whoa.
Yeah. Was that the sound effect? I don't. Man, so you know, I don't want to be the one to let us down, but like I feel like I
really let us down.
And does the show just end if I screw that point?
Yeah,
like,
you just.
It's supposed to go half an hour, and you're like, TC missed it.
Yeah.
We're done.
All right,
it's
sorry.
over. Turn
Back
off the
to
lights.
our sponsors.
Man,
Hoodies, apparently.
I want to go like Gordon Smart is where I'm leaning pretty heavily.
Nope, no look.
And
nope.
I feel like that's a good idea.
I think you're
so,
out of time. I think you got to either use the lifeline or make the call, the decision.
You're trying to tell me I'm wrong? You're trying to help me out here? Give me a hint? Because I feel like it's
I'm
your
trying to
dad.
tell you out of time.
Do you not know if it's your dad?
It's tough to say.
You know what? If I get it wrong, I'll just end up buying the $15 gift certificate for us. So I'm going to go
I didn't know you had it like that.
with C. I might give away some of my free Chick-fil-A points on the app. I'm going to go with C, Gordon Smart.
Is it Gordon Smart?
I guess.
Yes, it's correct. That's good.
that.
That's good. You guys now have a $15 gift card.
Oh,
You have 4 questions remaining, 3 lifelines. Let me ask a question for the group. Unless we're taking questions from. I see what you're doing. What is when it comes to the topic? Oh, you just keep putting that water bottle in there.
My cup holder.
When it comes to the topic of unity, why is it so important that our identity in Jesus take precedent over any other identity label that we may encounter? TC, why don't you kick us off, and then anyone else wants to throw
You didn't
something
tell
in
any of
there.
us who was answering, so. Battle. I mean, I think this leads into what Dave was talking about, that if we start deciding for ourselves what our truth is, which is something we hear a lot in our world, find your truth,
Yeah.
right? You got to look deep within you. It's very quickly going to lead to something toxic. It's going to very quickly lead to, you know, our corrupted desire for money or power or whatever else. And so if we're not willing to allow Jesus to tell us what's healthy and what's right and what's good, that's going to be problematic. Even if we start for a good reason, we'll probably get off course. I know Steve Healy, he's a pastor at Lighthouse Church. I don't know if you've met him.
I haven't met him. I've met Stephen P. Healy.
I think he's in Top Gun too. Isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's got a sequel coming out. But he talks about a book called Mission Drift, where many universities and hospitals in our nation were started as Christian missions, and they have left that behind. Now, institutions of higher learning are good and healthy. Hospitals are a good thing, but they were started to advance the gospel, and they've lost that because they decoupled from Jesus. So I know Sierra hasn't talked yet. Sierra, do you talk about this?
Yeah, I think it's important because we can't know who we are until we know whose we are. And our truest identity is that we are made in the image and likeness of God. And so if we don't live according to that and we're not in line with that, then we're just wandering, and it feels like we haven't found that truest sense of purpose because we were created to be God's children. And so, yeah.
Amen. Austin McCarron wants to know, can TC and Corbin finish their dance off on LH Live?
I mean, I've suggested this, and you told us that we lose if we do anything close to a dance move.
That is absolutely true. No, they can't, Austin. No, they can't.
I think we also gave a large enough sample size to know.
yeah. I think you
We've
left it all on the
exhausted
field.
well. Yeah, there's nothing
I
there.
only have those 3 moves, and let's be honest, I don't have those 3 moves. So
All right, team. So we currently have two people in the audience that have already won prizes by answering correct answers. But continue to answer, and you might continue to win your opportunity as well. It's now on Sierra. Sierra, this is question number 7. You have all 3 lifelines. You guys are in a good position. How many books has Sammy Foster written? A, 3, B, 4, C, 5, or 4, D. Did I go into numbers? Or 3, 4, 5, or 6? I don't know what happened there, but I started listing things the wrong way.
So before answers were put up, I thought 11. So I might have to
All right.
use
This
a
is gonna go
lifeline
well.
in this one.
Which lifeline would you like to use?
do the devotional things count as books? Are we talking like
they
peculiar
count?
and stuff like
The
that?
messenger? Yeah.
We're going to say everything that he has
Everything is-
published with his name on it. Sometimes I ask Becca for help and I get nothing. I'm like, are we counting that? And she's like,
Oh, man.
great, thank you.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna end up finishing this under protest at some point here or something.
Okay.
Okay, which lifeline would you like to use?
So if I phone a friend, I can choose anybody.
Call
You
Sammy.
can. I'm
Call
gonna
Sammy.
call
He
him,
won't
And
but
when
you
he
can
gets it
you
wrong,
can call
then
anybody.
we have a defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what
Call
if they don't
That's what
answer?
If they don't
Becca
answer,
didn't know. Becca didn't know. She clearly has no idea.
yeah, Becca put all the answers in here, so you can't call Becca.
Okay,
Wait,
I
why can't
want
we
to
call
phone
Becca?
a friend.
What's that?
She knows all the answers. That's why.
Yeah.
I'll phone a friend.
That's why we should
Who are we
Like
calling?
to call Sammy Foster.
All right, we're gonna give it a shot.
Let's see if he answers John's call.
Yeah, let's see.
This is my new favorite game show. Will Sammy pick up for John?
There we go. I don't know what we do if he doesn't answer.
What are the odds he gives a number that's not on that board right now? Pretty high, right? Yeah?
Yeah. 20.
We're gonna find out. Right here, right now.
See, this is fun, but it's hard for the show. You should have just pretended to call and say, hey, Sammy said
Reverend?
this. Yeah.
I'm calling you from the studio of LH Live. It's an honor. Okay, I'm gonna put you on speaker. So you're on speaker right now.
I'm gonna have to take you off speaker. I'm watching this train wreck of a game.
All right, so if you're watching, you know the question that's on the board. How many books have you written in collaboration with Paul Foster, Paul Jr., and Little Paul?
Yeah, so collectively, with all names combined and all works completed, it would come to the number 5.
Is that correct? 5!
There we go.
Thank you so much, Sammy. You saved them. You saved them.
Yeah, what do I get?
I'm sorry. I think I'm going
You're
through a
breaking
tunnel.
up.
I'll talk to you later.
She was going to guess 5.
I was.
There you
Oh,
go. But hey,
man.
you needed that. That was good.
Yep.
Question number 8. This is for a $25 Chick-fil-A. At this point,
Okay,
I think
Cam.
everybody could get something to
Wow.
eat.
Nuggets for everyone.
Here's the question
those new
for Cam
bundles.
Smart. Why did Jesse Freeman dye his hair blonde? So it's a well-known story that Mr. Paul, Sammy's dad, used to just call Jesse Freeman Yellow Hair because he dyed his hair blonde, and then Mr. Paul forgot his real name. So he just called him Yellow Hair for a long period of time.
Still
but
call him.
why did Jesse dye his hair blonde originally? Was it A, he lost a bet? B, he wanted to look cool? C, he was trying to get in touch with his Scandinavian heritage? Or D, that is his natural hair color?
Wow.
I don't need to add any pressure, but there is $25 on the line.
$25. Wow.
Smackaroonies, some would say.
Now, if he gets it wrong, we still get, like, what, 8 or
I
something?
think
get it
you
wrong.
lose. I think you lose everything.
Oh, man.
You go back to whatever your last checkpoint was.
That sounds nice, but I don't think that's how it works.
Call Regis Philbin. Ask him.
You have 2 lifelines, you have 50-50, and you could poll the audience.
Okay. Well, I have a problem with B because Jesse already looks cool.
Oh!
So I'm going to go with A. He lost a bet. Love you, Jesse.
Did he lose a bet? Is that why he dyed his hair blonde and was named
Yes!
Yellow? Whoa!
Way to go,
That is
Cam.
correct. Man. Okay. We have 2 questions left. This is the end.
Wow.
You guys ready?
So me and Dave, it's all on
You
us.
and Dave.
But we have a 50-50. And what's the other one we have? Poll the audience.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
Use them both.
Yep.
Before he gets to me.
Dave Corbin, are you ready?
I was born ready, John.
It's all come
Wow,
down to
confidence.
this. Yeah, a lot of I appreciate that.
There, I got you, buddy.
It's all bravado. It's
Dave Corbin, hopefully being a Dave will help you connect with another Dave, Dave Thompson. All of us know Dave Thompson has a cat. There's pictures of him all over his office. But the question is, what is the name of Dave Thompson, our care pastor's feline companion? Is it A, Carlos, B, Melvin, C, Gunner, or D, Furball?
See, I could totally see him naming it Furball for some reason, but
Well, Furball. That's how he would say it.
I'm
Cam is not buying this.
I am
He's not buying
90
anything.
I'm 99% sure.
They can't help you. No one can help you now. That's not really true.
I
Still
think
got
it
2
has
lifelines.
to be B.
Melvin. Is Dave Thompson's cat's name? Now, you can still go back. You can still use a lifeline at this point.
Might as well. You have to.
I could use both of them in the next question.
It's true.
Yeah,
You feel good
What
about
is that?
Melvin? What do you keep looking at?
I'm
Is there
trying to
something
see
going on?
C. I can't see through your body. Yeah, it's B.
Is it B, Melvin? Melvin! Dave Thompson
Melvin.
loved
Good job,
naming cats
Dave
after
Corbin.
people.
Way to go.
There we go.
And the
Hope they
final
don't play the
question
tape back on that one.
for the $50 gift card. You guys have come such a long way. LH Recap team should be proud. Starting
This
from
is
the
going
bottom,
to be
now
the
you're here.
worst question possible, isn't it?
It's a difficult question, but you do have two lifelines, which may or may not help you. Who knows? What was the original catchphrase of Lighthouse Church? This is going way back. I'm talking about this was on business cards and pens and the like. Here are your options. Number 1, Lighthouse Church, guiding you home. B, Lighthouse Church, it will help keep you afloat. C, Lighthouse Church, a light in the darkness. D, Lighthouse Church, something nautical.
Oh boy, I had my 3-year anniversary a couple weeks ago, so I definitely don't know. And this is our last question.
Last question.
So I'm gonna need to use them all. So I think I should do 50-50, then ask the audience.
Yes.
So
Strategy.
Yep.
That's good.
Very smart.
I'm getting a lot of confidence from this part of the room
We
right
believe in
now.
you.
So I'm gonna go 50-50, please.
50-50 reveals. It'll actually have the special effect to do that.
I don't
But
think
it
your
is-
budget's any bigger than LH Recap's budget at this point.
Ready? Here's your 50-50. Blah, 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 blah. It's A or B. Is it either guiding you home, it will help keep you afloat?
Can I comment on Facebook real quick?
Yeah. Can I just say there's one of those? I'll be so disappointed if it's true.
Do you want to poll the audience?
Yeah, I would love audience to know.
Let us know.
Listen,
What are your
audience,
thoughts? Which
please,
one
if
was
you
the
don't know,
original?
Don't guess. Just let the one person who's been here 20 years
Yeah.
tell us what it is.
Lighthouse Church.
This-
They're
listen,
great.
There's chicken nuggets involved. This is not the time
This is serious.
to rush into something and try to guess.
We're
Let's
talking
hope.
platters at this
I'm
point.
waiting. We
We're
have a
talking
lot of
platters.
there's a lot of electrons flying
You're just
around of people
imagining nuggets
guessing.
raining down on you as you try to bite them out of the air, Cam.
Our
and
next recap
I often
episode
do.
will be Chick-fil-A inspired.
Hey, we should definitely eat Chick-fil-A during our next recap if we get this right.
Yep.
Man, that'd be great. All right,
Okay.
so is it still calculating? Are we still
Still
calculating?
calculate. There's a lot of technology that's going on. It's pretty high tech.
I can see Abby and Becca like writing notes down on a paper.
They have like
and
an
then texting
abacus.
us.
They're like
Yeah.
sliding those things back and forth.
Thank goodness. We need their help. Man,
Okay.
Man, if I was a cheater and I wanted to say 1 or 2 for A or B, I might just put a finger on my leg to indicate which of those it is.
The audience
like somewhere
is
with an eye
saying-
shot.
The audience is saying, are you
Or
ready?
you'd, like clap a certain number of times.
Excuse me, to the sir in the pineapple shirt. The audience is saying B. It will help keep you afloat.
I mean, that's the one I'm thinking. And
Do you trust the audience?
I mostly trust out of the corner of my eye, I saw Cam nodding. So I'm going to
nod a
go
lot, though.
with B. It will keep you afloat.
Is it B? It will keep you afloat. Yes! That is the original
We got it.
catchphrase of
We did
Lighthouse
it.
Church.
You got it. We
It
got
certainly
it. We
doesn't
got
make
it.
a whole lot of sense.
Woo!
Maybe if we were Life Vest Church, that would make more sense. But wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so much has been revealed in this last couple
Guys,
of
thank you so much. You killed it. You killed it. You came on my show. You won all my money. And but they're not the only ones who won. We also had some winners. Also, those who answered the questions correctly on Facebook and YouTube, we have Debbie Montalvo, Jeffrey Welsh, Barbara Elliott, and Tracy Gallo. We have gift cards for you as well. We're going to connect with you as to how to get those to your house, probably carrier pigeon or something like that. But congratulations on answering those questions correctly. And thank you so much to the LH Recap team for stopping by for LH Live. Keep making your weird, funny videos, and we'll keep watching. All right,
thanks for having
is
us
that
on,
a deal
John.
we can work on?
I think we can do something like that. Yeah.
Perfect. Let me close this out in prayer. Thank you so much for joining us. Jesus, thank you for your church that we're able to come together to talk about unity and have fun at the same time. I pray you bless every single one that's watching this, those that are in good times and difficult, that your presence and your peace would reign supreme in their life. And please help us emulate and act like you. In your name, we pray these things. Amen. Thank you so much. Love you guys. See you next week.